Hey everyone, welcome and thank you so much for being with me here today. It is Saturday, I believe what is it, 27th or 8th of January. It is, we're at the end of January already, everyone. And so I wanted to come to you and the last week or so has been very interesting, and some of you may share in this uh, how the energy has been. There have been days where it's been a bit emotional, a lot of emotions, and I've been feeling that from a lot of people. So I feel like this energy that's been happening has been leading up to a clearing. And I've said in past readings, there's a clearing coming, and it's a breakthrough for some of you. But I do feel this very strong sense of a sigh of relief. And I don't know about you if you've been feeling or sensing this, but it's been rough for me. Oh, has it been rough? Emotions, like anger. Let's see what else. For some of you, it could be jealousy coming out of nowhere. Um, Feeling sad at times, kind of like I just throw my hands in the air type of feeling. But that energy is sort of like the bottleneck energy where everything kind of comes to the surface. And so it's a clearing out. It is um, a time when we should be allowing those things to not, hopefully, not be that way around other people. Maybe just go into your own space and let them be. Uh, so not to affect other people in the family. But it has been emotionally tense around. I've just been feeling it, soaking it in like a sponge. And so this morning is one of the first mornings I have felt better. And I believe sometimes we have to go through certain things to release things. Um, what is it? You have to go through the storm before you see the sun. I don't know if that's a saying or not, but that's kind of what came in. So it's not like we are in this place of what is this punish? Why am I feeling like this? Am I punished? Am what? Why? I don't normally get this angry. Um, Allow yourself to breathe through it. Allow yourself to, if you can, and this comes up, try not to be around other people, because it's better to go and kind of breathe through it and say, I embrace this energy that's coming in to clear itself out, and I give it permission to go. And so just kind of a preface to the reading is what I was feeling right now. And yeah, so it's interesting, this energy. And if it comes and goes, that's okay. Because bear with me, because I always like to say these disclaimers. If something lasts a long time, guys, and you feel something's not right, go see a professional. Seek a doctor, a mental health therapist, or somebody. As I always say, please don't ignore that we have doctors here to help us. But for your typical ups and downs, these energies are, it is a sort of washing out or cleansing or purifying toxic energies around you, within you. And we need to do that because we have to be able to move forward on our path. And I believe that clearing these things out, it's not even sometimes something you can initiate. It kind of comes up. It's your inner voice, it's your soul telling you, I don't want want to do this anymore like this. I don't need these energies anymore. They don't need to be here. They're just causing more ruckus. So it's kind of a natural, your energy is naturally cleansing itself. Okay, isn't that amazing? Our bodies carrying around our soul, and our soul knows what to do. Uh, Let me get into the reading because I feel like there's a very feminine energy here again, divine feminine. Um, the lighting is kind of low in here because it kept glaring off of my backdrop there, which actually is my... It's a bit early, but I don't know, when I was painting it, I didn't think about Valentine's Day. But I kind of get in this zone, and it kind of just comes to me, whatever it is. And then later I realize, oh, it's so relevant to the reading. Or whatever. Maybe not in this case. I don't know. Let's see. But as I was painting it, I just kind of drew this, what was going to be a flower. But then later I realized, oh my gosh, it's a heart. So here we have it. An early Valentine's painting, I guess. But today I do feel and sense it's a sense of relief. It's a sense of security. I do feel that sense of divine love, whoever you believe in. That superior energy protecting you, putting, I will say in my case, God, putting his arm around me, taking me under his wing or arm or whatever you want to call it, but taking me in and saying, listen, it's okay. It's okay. For some of us, it is a loved one that has passed, reaching out and letting us know it's okay. It's okay to go through emotions. It's okay to go through a roller coaster of emotions and maybe tears, or maybe for some of you, your release is screaming outside or howling at the moon or boxing or whatever it is. It is important that we allow ourselves to sort of like the gatekeeper, to let those toxic energies out, to release them. We don't want to be holding in something holding something prisoner within ourselves, and it's only going to be a detriment to ourselves. We don't want that. So Spirit is here to say, listen, there's love here, support for you. There is a beautiful, I keep hearing the word bluebells, so I know that has nothing to do with this reading, but it might resonate with some of you. Could be somebody coming through to remind you of bluebells, whoever this person is. But I do feel it's a benevolent spirit. It's an energy that is passed on, or is an angel, or the spirit guides. Whatever it is, it's here for you, and it's safe. Okay, I just felt the need to say it's safe. I was talking with someone chatting with someone yesterday, and we were asking about vacations, and he said to me, if you could go any place, where would you go? And I didn't hesitate. I mean, I did give the answer, I said Ireland, because I think that would be an amazing place to visit. And so he said, then why don't you? And I thought about it. And I thought to myself, yeah, why don't I? I mean, one thing, I kept thinking in my head, okay, it's money, it's time, that's Ireland. Would I really go to Ireland? Like, it's one of those things. So I caught myself now thinking about it. I'm thinking, this is our mindset. This is why we don't manifest things. When, when we want them, how we want them, because we limit ourselves and we think it's not out there for us. That'll be a trip if I ever get to do that. That would be nice. The mindset should be, when I do that, I will be so appreciative of the beauty, of the opportunity, and I will be so appreciative of this trip because it's something I've wanted for my whole life. And I can have it and I will. And so, guys, even when things look like they're not going to happen, think again. Because there are things on our path that are meant to happen. There are things on our path that are meant to just sort of be a blessing, a miracle in our lives, on our path. And it's because we are giving ourselves permission to believe. Okay? It's funny because when you think about how the world sort of judges, it's like when you're a kid and you believe in Santa Claus and your parents encourage that, and it's great, it's fun, but when you become older, you understand that people don't believe in Santa anymore, right? And it's kind of a weird sensation. It's a weird feeling. It's like, wait a minute, why doesn't anyone believe in Santa anymore? And it's sort of one of those things where it's like, this is why people stop believing in miracles, I believe, because others believe that it's a pipe dream or it can't happen or it's not real. And so I feel like being energetic beings in human bodies, coexisting with other people, it's like we kind of all adapt, right? Most people adapt to societal beliefs, and it's not, you can't believe in certain things because it it's so far from reality that someone's going to think you're crazy. So I just wanted to say that it feels like this message is all about us turning off the beliefs of everyone else and getting comfortable within your own. And as I think I say it in every reading lately, is stay in your own lane. I keep hearing it every time lately. I give these readings, these messages, I hear that. And so I believe Spirit is trying to tell us, you don't need permission from anyone else to unlock your individuality, to unlock your beliefs, to unlock your uniqueness, your you. You don't need anybody else's permission. You can't get any more intimate than this. This is your own personal spiritual path, right? And so this card deck that I was drawn to is leading me to the feeling that I want to use this as an example. It's like a divine feminine uprising, kind of like when women first started realizing we have rights. Hold on here. Hold up. So with the movement of women rising in their own power throughout the ages, lends itself to this message about rising up to yourself, to believe in what you believe in, to muster up the courage to be who you want to be. Okay, there you go. I'm just going to say, okay, thank you. Notice how the card didn't fall out until I was done saying what I was saying. Spirit, is trying to tell us something. So yes, this is amazing. Oh, I'm just going to hold this card next to my chest for a moment because I feel very connected to it. The card that picked us, the energy that's here, is that Joan of Arc energy, that what people believe that she was fearless, but she did have fear. She just chose to work with it instead of against it. And Joan of Arc was a woman of devotion to God, to her God. And she had fears going into battle. However, she chose to overcome them because of her devotion and her love for God. And so she said, okay, I will, if I have to die at the hands of my sword or someone else's, then I guess that's what I have to do. But she gave herself permission to confront her fears. And I don't even know if I want to say confront. I want to say work with her fears. Because this feminine energy, this beautiful, courageous, devoted woman of God, and I call her a woman. I believe she was very young when she was when she passed. But this message is so. She went into battle with God. With God. That's what I'm hearing. And while she passed away at a young age, it wasn't a, how do I say this? It was a victory in her heart because she did something courageous for herself. She did something for God. Now, I'm not saying go out and sacrifice yourself. Don't do that. Do not. This is not that, okay? Don't get me wrong. But I feel like Spirit is saying, get ready to experience that steel-like power that you never knew you had. Okay? Now, does that mean we're never going to face battles again? Oh God, no. We're going to face some trials and tribulations on our path because we're human beings and we're energetic beings that we're constantly learning and growing. And so yes, we are going to have things in our path that is going to cause us to, maybe sometimes you might stumble, sometimes you might fall down, but we've got the help of our beautiful angels and guides to help us back up. But most of all, you've got you to help you back up, to get up on your feet, to rise up. It's like, if you ever see anybody, okay, I laugh because I do this. If you ever been in public and you fall or you trip over something and you kind of look around to see is anybody looking that I fell, it's like taking the lighter approach to falling or stumbling on your path, on your journey, and realizing it doesn't matter what anyone thinks. I can laugh at myself. I can, it's all in your approach and how you approach things. If you stumble and fall, if something major happens in your life, what are you made of? And I'm hearing Spirit say, you're made of steel. And so I feel like this message is very, very significant in rising up and claiming your power, and not even necessarily proclaiming it like in, I am woman, hear me roar, but having that internal confidence, it goes a long way. And for some of you, I do feel that that confidence is going to uh, um, kind of almost come through your pores, and you're going to be noticed by others in a different way. Like, wow, I didn't know she had that knowledge. I didn't know he uh, was that good at whatever. Um, and so this energy is kind of been slow going. That's what I feel with this message. It's been the energy coming in of self-confidence and clearing out the toxicity has been slow going for you. But rest assured, you have the safety and security of a loved one to pull you through this, to help you through this, whatever it is. And I do believe that we are going through changes, significant changes. Uh, and what I almost never do is tell you guys, yeah, we're going through these changes, these shifts, but I don't usually say how to get through them. And I feel like I should be doing some sort of meditation video, or every once in a while, or some sort of guided, like a guided relaxation video for you guys. Because we do need to take those moments in that time to ourselves to relax into the changes and things that are going on in our lives. And I just feel like it's been a very exhausting journey for some of you. It feels exhausting, and it feels like almost to the point where you might have almost lost your faith in something. But I feel, this is interesting because on the bottom of this deck, I noticed this card, the Saint of Authenticity, right? Perpetua. So I feel like this, I am authentic. I am my authentic self in all circumstances. So I feel like this energy here is trying to tell us, you're you. What do you need to, what do you need to worry about? You've got all this power, but you don't believe in it. Like you don't believe in something that's no one else believes in, right? Right? It's like you. What am I trying to say here? My apologies, because I keep hearing things and seeing things. It's hard to kind of articulate. I feel like this is an opportunity to open up and give yourself permission to feel. I want to just tell you, and I do touch on this every once in a while, but I was actually telling my partner the other day, I was telling him that I don't know if I've ever really accepted my son's death. And the reason why I said that is because, number one, I probably will never ever accept that, because it wasn't a very pleasant experience, of course. But the other thing is, if we don't allow ourselves to open up, to grieve, to whatever it is we need to do, we don't give ourselves permission to do that, it's going to take a very long time to heal. And he has been gone for, it'll be 3 years in May. And I think as spiritual beings, we fall into that trap of, I don't want to go too deep because I might hurt. I might feel something. It might be painful. It might be uncomfortable. It might be whatever, shameful. We have to allow ourselves to open our eyes and look and experience whatever needs to be cleared out. I am going to do a meditation video. I'm going to try to do that this week because I think it will help us open things up and clear things out. It's a huge step in healing. And I am in no way a licensed therapist. However, I am a healer in the spiritual sense. And I truly believe that by doing these exercises, it does help us. My thing is I'm passionate about painting. So painting is therapeutic for me. I'm telling you, I've never painted so much in the last 3 years. Um, but having done that, it has helped me work through a lot. I still have a lot to go in order to. It's hard to um, open up when something is painful. So I understand that, and Spirit understands that. But there is a need and an opportunity to open up, to allow ourselves to heal that wound, or to um, allow things to go out of our lives that really are not good for us. Could be anything. I'm not saying it has to be a person. I'm saying it could be too much alcohol or something. And I'm not here to judge. It's nothing wrong with a good cocktail every now and then, or, a beer or something. But I just feel like there's something that is in desperate need. It, I don't like the word desperate, but it's in dire need and urgent need to be released, okay, to open it up. And so I believe that's happening this week for all of us. And just when you think you're at the tail end of it, it happens again, and you have an emotional episode or a fit of anger or whatever. Yeah. So, anyways, let's see what else Spirit has to say. Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. This energy picked us, okay? Sappho, the poetess. And she says, if I can read this, I love every inch of my body, and I love the women in my life fiercely. Okay? I love the women in my life fiercely. I feel like this energy here, this poetess, is trying to tell you there's a couple things here. So, for some of you, there is a female energy that has crossed over, that is, I feel like for some of you, you may have had issues with your body image. You may have gone through a struggle with something in your life, but she was there cheering you on. And for some of you, I feel like she could have been your mother. For some of you, I feel like she could have been an aunt. I won't rule out grandmother, but I do feel like this person always loved you and saw you for who you really were. But you have this inner thing that you're afraid to let go of, because, but see, you don't realize whatever this is releases that insecurity within yourself. So whatever this is that's going to be released from you, I don't know. It's like you sell yourself short on things, whoever you are, whoever this applies to, and you don't realize the power. You could achieve so much, because I feel like whoever this is, you could have a very captive audience for whatever it is that you do, even just walking in a room or having a meeting at work or whatever. But I feel like you don't want anyone to see that. You don't want anyone to see that authentic person that you are. Okay, there's healing here for that. There's healing here for you, and I feel like I feel like you're gonna come out of that. But it's been years, and okay, so let me just continue on. My apologies for stammering. I'm just gonna just touch on this a little bit more. So whoever this is, I feel like you had a tough time as a child growing up with self-image, with being bullied, with people teasing you because maybe you didn't look like them. But something has been, it affected you for your whole life. And I feel like that is about ready to break through. Anything else from this deck, guides? Yeah. So here, Spirit is saying, you're, okay, let me read it first. The cosmic egg, the divine feminine. I hold the universe within me. I am the force of an ever-expanding love. Okay? You are the force of an ever-expanding love. You're healing. You're healing yourself with love, with your own love. And that's what's coming through. That's what's breaking through for some of you. I also feel like this could mean, for some of you, that you're birthing something new. Someone could be experiencing a new addition to their family. It could be a pet. I feel like it is. For some of you, it could be a baby, but I feel like it's more like a metaphorical. I feel like it is. For some of you, it is a new addition. For some of you, I feel like it's a brand new. It's like you wake up refreshed, like a brand new outlook or a brand new perspective or a brand new motivation for something. Something you gave up on a while back, you're going to pick it up again. And it's going to be so much better this time. I feel like somebody might be creating something or a birth of a new idea for a way of living, money. Yeah, so for some of you, that's bear with me if this is choppy. I'm sorry. It's just things are coming in quick. So I do feel, guys, like this is a very special time for healing, for finally moving past issues with self-esteem, for finally landing that job that you didn't think you could. It's a very special time for manifesting something that, perhaps we didn't think would ever come through for us, but it's right there waiting for you. That's what I'm hearing. I do want to, before I close this out, look at the Rumi cards. I don't know if you are familiar with the Rumi Oracle deck. It's about poetry. It seems like this reading has something to do with poetry, right? It's a very beautiful, flowing, easygoing message about healing and rising up. When I look at this painting, when I was painting it, I was feeling a protective energy with that arm around the other one, the other frog. So I feel like it's I don't like to assign genders, but in this case, I feel like that is a very strong male energy protecting a younger, almost like a younger version of himself. Okay? And so she's putting her faith in him to lean on him And he's like, yeah, just take it easy. I'm right here. I love the way his leg is kind of casually, whatever. But, okay, I can't make this up. So, as I was talking about manifesting, look what card came out. The impossible made possible, right? If you look at the card, it indicates sort of like a creation of, um, maybe a creation of the universe, a creation of something. And it feels like, um, just because something seems larger than life doesn't mean it is impossible. It, in my, how I feel about that is it feels like a challenge. Like, really. So there is an opportunity to have and manifest the things that are important to you. Um, yeah, this really feels like a birth of something new for you guys. Somebody's coming into a really good idea. I'm hearing eureka. A really good idea. Um, it's like a landslide win, is what I'm hearing. And so I feel like that is a surefire thing, whatever it is that you're trying to create here or birth. Um, and maybe you gave up on it before because you thought, I don't know why this isn't working. I don't know why, you know, I thought for sure this was supposed to be. Well, it probably was, and it probably is, but you needed to clear some things out first. Like I said, with this cleansing energy of trying to clear out toxicities that don't belong, toxic things, um, people, or environment. Um, this is a birth of something new, and I don't think you should take it lightly. I think this is something significant that changes your path drastically. Okay, I don't feel, for a small number of you it could be, okay, I'm gonna wake up. You wake up more refreshed. You finally got a good night of sleep, or you change your perspective on things. But for a lot of you, it is something that you planted the seeds a long time ago, uh, or maybe recent. But I feel like whatever seed you planted, you kind of were like, maybe I wasn't right about that, so all right, I'll just give up. But the universe is like tapping on your door saying, no, you put this out there. I'm trying to get you there. Don't you give up on me right now. Don't do that. We're almost there. So that's what I feel that energy is right now, guys. I'm going to, I think that is it. I don't know that I need to show you any more cards. I think we're good. And I feel like you guys are on your way to something, discovering more of the magic within yourself, okay? I sound like a Disney movie, don't I? But that's how Spirit is. Spirit wants you to understand and realize you're a magical being of light. And until you understand that, you know, your opportunities will not be as abundant. So allow yourselves to open up to whatever is that's happening in your life, okay? Allow yourselves to open up to the change, to whatever it is that you feel is needed for something better in your life, okay? And understand that these readings are collective. They are for a little bit for everyone. And some of you may not get, maybe you might only get bits and pieces out of the message that are relevant to you. Maybe you'll get the whole thing. That's the beauty of these messages. You have to let it resonate where it does, where it's supposed to. So with that, I'm going to sign off here and give you guys your time back. and wish you a very beautiful day and days ahead. I'm going to be coming back with a meditation next time. Um, I'm going to really be focusing on doing a meditation to help us clear our energies and make room for the new, whatever new is coming in for you. Love and light to all of you. And until next time, namaste.